So what is personal branding? I feel like the term personal branding has been like misconstrued and changed over the past couple of years due to many different reasons. I'm going to, over the next 16 weeks, kind of give you a crash course on what I think personal branding is and how to perfect personal branding. The goal is for each video to be short, simple, sweet, but you know, I'm not a long form speaker. If in conversation, I can talk for hours about a topic, but when it comes to sitting down and having no input, doing this, talking to a camera, it's going to take some time. So I'm excited to use this to show the growth of myself from week 1 to week 16. So, first things first, let's just get into this video. It's what is personal branding? To me, personal branding is the story of yourself and how you want it to be told. I look at it as we have, 7 seconds to land a first impression on somebody when you meet them in person. Now, think about that times 1,000 on the internet, times 1,000,000 on the internet. I mean, I can go on Instagram and be like, oh, so and so liked this post. Let's go see who they are. You have to be nailing that first impression. That's why personal branding is going to be so important, because now you don't even have a chance to say anything. Your social media is going to speak for itself. And that's where we're going to give you that chance by creating a handful of different videos. My first and foremost favorite piece of content I create for any client that wants it is a personal branding video. It's very simple. It's very easy to do. It's literally like who you are, what you do, why you love what you do. For instance, mine would be, hey, my name is Jacob Clark, owner here at Manage to Create, and we provide content for real estate agents and other personal brands. And I love doing it because I love helping people grow and find out who they truly are for social media. Simple video to put at the top of your page. So think about something like that you can make for yourself. It could even be a picture with a post if you don't want to get on there and start talking yet. Why is personal branding important? Again, like I said, you really want to land that first impression on somebody. You can't mess it up. I mean, think about if you're an actress or an actor and you have a talent scout looking at you. You can't mess that up. Like, they come to your page and they see one thing that you posted that they didn't like. Granted, everyone's going to have different opinions on everything. You can't please everyone with the same post. Trust me, I understand that aspect of it as well. But you really want to make sure that your message is who you are, so you can't get mad if somebody is upset with it or they don't like it, because that's genuinely who you are. You want to make sure that it's bulletproof. So I wrote, what exactly is a personal brand? In simple, it's how you promote yourself. It's the unique combination of skills, experience, and personality that you want the world to see. With that being said, you have to stand on your personal brand. There's no, oh, I said this, let's backtrack. Like, you really have to be 10 toes down on what your personal brand is, so people can see, like, okay, this is who they are, this is what they really mean. It's the telling of your story and how it reflects your conduct, behavior, and unspoken and spoken words, as well as your attitude. People could go to my Instagram and see exactly what I am about, because I post consistently about personal branding and real estate content. They can see, like, okay, cool, he understands how to get my brand how I want it to be. People might just think it's for celebrities and major influencers. No, personal branding is for everybody nowadays. Like I said, I don't think a resume is as important as your personal brand nowadays. Obviously, there's some jobs. Let me take that back a little bit. Let me calm down a little bit. I think in most jobs nowadays, outside of course like your doctor, your construction worker, stuff like that, like where you genuinely need schooling, because it's like, I don't want a lawyer fighting a case for me that just has a cool Instagram. Trust me, I know where it can get misconstrued on this topic here. But I mean, people, like I said, actresses, people like myself that are building brands for other people, marketing agents, video producers, photographers, etc. This is who this is for. Why does this all matter? In our digital age, your online presence can be the first thing people see. As I said before, it can be a powerful tool to make a positive impression, to stand out in your field, and to connect with like-minded individuals. So again, There's a guy on Instagram that I personally follow. His name is Volandis. He makes really cool cinematic videos and he teaches people how to do it. So I follow him because we're like-minded. Remember that personal branding always isn't spoken. Like, it's a lot of unspoken stuff too, like the graphics you use or the like style of your videos or the lighting. I mean, there's a whole bunch of different things that can fall into the personal branding aspect of it. But it's also what others say about you when you're not in the room. That's why it's really crucial to be authentic and consistent with your content. Because, I mean, there's been so many people that I've just recently met that I've been following on socials for years, and they've been following me to where that's their major impression of me. Like, I'm a different person in my social media sometimes. Like, I'm not always on point with like, oh, personal branding, this, that, the third. Like, I really want to be, trust me. But when I'm out at the grocery store, I don't want nobody coming up to me and being like, oh, how do I build my personal brand? Like, dude, get on my website, book a call, let's talk about it then. You really want to make sure that, like, all of this is just a long rant about getting your shit together and having your social media look synonymous. That wasn't the word. See, I don't know. I'm trying to use big words right now. But you want your social media to not be contradictory on itself. Like, you want to have everything laid out on who you are, and this is why you do what you do. Point blank, period. How do you start building your personal brand? First and foremost, start with internal like self-reflection. Like, really think about who you are and why you do what you do. I mean, the why should be the driver to everything you do. Like me, I want to help people grow. That's why I'm sitting here awkwardly talking for 10, 15 minutes about a topic. Um, and then, like, once you find that, identify the strengths with it. Like myself, I know my strengths aren't public speaking. Like, I obviously am having issues with this, but I'm gonna build on it. And then find your unique qualities and think about how you can showcase those to the world. I mean, for myself, I know that I'm a skilled cinematographer when it comes to it at the end of the day. So I'm going to always showcase those qualities. I mean, you're going to see like the super high quality real estate videos, or even just videos of me sitting there working are always going to be top notch quality because that's who I am and that's who I want to portray myself to be. Um, because at the end of the day, that's what I love doing. I mean, I will geek out over lighting. I mean, it took me 3 hours to set up this lighting because I wanted it to be different than the last video and I wanted to find something that was comfortable recording in all the time. So I honestly don't know if this lighting setup will be the same as the next video, but that is just who I am. So let's just keep it pushing. Always stay true to yourself. Your personal brand should be a reflection of who you are and not just what you want people to see. Because at the end of the day, like, people are gonna see something differently than that you even wanted it to be portrayed as. I say that from personal experience. I mean, there's times where, like, I'll make a video in the style of somebody else and be like, oh yes, like, I love it, like, it's perfect. And then I post it and I'm like, dude, this looks corny as shit. Like, this is not what I thought it was going to turn out to be. So always just stay true to yourself and be authentic, because at the end of the day, like, I mean, I've already made a video on this, but your followers can read if your product is authentic or not. Like, people are smarter and more observant than what we like to give them a lot of the time. Obviously, there's some off cases, but personal branding isn't a one-size-fits-all approach. What works for me may not work for him or her. That's the beauty of it, honestly, though. That's why I love doing this, because I get to sit down and work personally with my clients on how to grow their personal brand. It's all about, like, our unique journeys in life. I mean, my like, the craziest thing is when people ask me like, oh, how did you do it, or like, teach me to be like you, or can I come shadow you to be more like you, stuff like that. It's cool. I respect it. Thank you for asking. But everyone's journey is going to be completely different. I didn't grow up like you. You didn't grow up like me. You didn't jump on a plane and move to LA when you were 19 and lived on your best friend's couch, and when you moved you only had $300 or $400 in your bank account and you use 2 suitcases. Like, that's what built me and that's what created me as who I am today. Yes, you might have had your own journeys, but you didn't do what I did. You didn't go through the stuff that I went through in LA. So you'll never be able to compare our journeys. And it's the same light of I never went through the stuff that you guys went through. So it's just learning that every journey is unique, and it's cool to want to be like somebody. Everyone has aspirations. We all grew up wanting to be doctors or superheroes or firemen, but now it's like, cool, let's look at them for inspiration and create that into our own journey. So with this one, I mean, hopefully it wasn't too much of a babbling rant. Obviously there's going to be some ups and downs of the conversations and the tangents that I run with, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Looking to stay really consistent on my uploads. A buddy of mine, Thaddeus Swift, I know you're watching this. I don't know if you've watched it this far, but him and I kind of were talking the other day about just being really consistent with our uploads and just sitting down, recording, and getting stuff off of our chest. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoy.